Hey everyone, I'm Stacy, the 911 Stitcher. Welcome to my channel about cross stitch and crafting. Today is Monday, May 26, 2025. This is video number 132. Welcome back everybody. It's been quite some time since I've done a video. I've been on the road. We did a road trip. We've had a lot of stuff going on and I'll tell you all about that. But I am back. Welcome to my new subscribers and a big hello to you guys that always come back and watch my videos. Thank you so much. It's so much fun to be with you, to do these videos, and to meet you guys when I'm out and about and I run into you that watch my videos or other people that do YouTube videos as well. And I'll tell you about that in a little bit. But all kinds of news, cross stitch that I've been working on, some sewing that I've been doing. I can't wait to show it to you. So let's get started because I have a lot to show you. I am going to have 3 videos coming up soon. I was fortunate enough to visit just a few days ago. I visited the brand new cross stitch and quilting shop called Primrose Cottage shop in St. George, Utah. Again, I'll tell you about that later, but that is actually going to be a separate video. I have gotten I bought some things from there. I got to talk to the owners. It was fantastic. We'll cover that in a little bit. So I've been all over. Let's talk about some news, what's been going on. So after my last video, I got a lot of well wishes, a lot of prayers for my little kitty that I showed. I'll show you some pictures while I'm talking. My little kitty that I told her name is Little Girl. She was a stray that was living outside and chose our home to live. And I ended up noticing that something wasn't quite right with her. Long story short, she had kidney disease, which if you've gone through kidney disease with an animal or, a pet, you know that time is kind of not on your side, and there is not a cure for kidney disease. You can definitely do things as far as food and medication to help prolong her life, but it is an unfortunate diagnosis. So I knew that hers was probably, and they told me, once you start seeing signs, it's probably a little bit too far gone. Best to catch kidney disease when it's early and try and adjust medication and food and stuff like that. So anyway, long story short, I saw the signs. I saw she wasn't doing that well. So I got her checked up and turns out she did. So she had to have IV fluids. I had to do the IV fluids every other day, special food, medication, and we did prolong it as long as we could, but we knew she was going to pass. She ended up passing just a few hours after my last video. So once I got done filming, I went in, I checked on her. She was very lethargic. It was time to say goodbye, and it was very hard. I did bring her in, and she had her own bedroom and a beautiful view outside of birds, and there was a lizard on the window one day, so she got to see some pretty cool stuff, and she was so happy to be inside. So it was it was a blessing having her. So, but she did pass, but I thank you for your messages. I'm looking over here today because my printer is down and I wasn't able to print my notes. So my notes are on the right. If you see me glance over, that's what I'm doing. Anyway, I wanted to tell you about that. I wanted to show you the room that we were in at the veterinary office when we took her in. What a gorgeous room. I mean, plain, but let me show you the tree. Take a look at this tree. Notice the leaves are falling, and if you look on the floor, there are falling leaves that are like stickers of leaves on the floor, so that you can see that the leaves have fallen, but they are down on the floor, and like I said, they're stickers. What an amazing thing to have in a room that's kind of sad, that sad things can happen in this room. But I thought that was just, I kept looking at that tree. I was holding her in my lap and I kept looking at that tree and thought that was just so cool. Love that. The other news I want to tell you about just really quick that we've been going through, I forgot to mention in my last video, I have a cockatiel. She's about 9 years old. She doesn't fly real well. She's not the best flyer. I should say that she's not the best lander. And sure enough, she landed and broke her leg. Yes, birds do go through, you can repair a leg. And long story short, they wear a cone. I'm going to show you a picture of here with her sleeping. She's actually comfortable in this picture. She's asleep, but look at her little cone that she has to wear. Yes, lots of people had asked me, do they really put a cone on birds? Yes, they do. And I actually have it out for you to see. It's got a little bow tie. I try to clean it off as much as possible because her name is Clarence. And I know it's a boy's name, but that's her name, Clarence. And anyway, she tore this thing apart, and that was her little cone, and it just goes on just like a little Velcro thing does. And she wears it just like that around her neck so that she doesn't get to her cast. They did splint her leg, and she recovered. They did x-rays. Actually, they did a CT scan, and she's all better now. So that's what I've been going through with pets lately. But isn't that the cutest little cone that goes around her neck just like that? And yes, the bow tie. So I had to show you guys. It's just so cute. Okay, let's talk about some cross stitch. While I was I ended up leaving on a road trip. We had a wedding to go to in Colorado Springs. And while we were there, I had planned on trying to get to a cross stitch shop in Colorado, but it didn't work out. We ended up heading home on our way because I wanted to stop at the new shop called Primrose Cottage. And if you haven't seen online pictures yet, I'm going to fill your screen with pictures in another video. I've got a video coming probably next week of my visit to Primrose Cottage. I did get to meet the owners. The ones that were there were Emily and Lindsay, the designer. So it was just so fun talking to them. I was able to get a feel for what they were like. And I'm going to tell you, they are so friendly. They're very helpful. There was an employee that they have there named Karen. She was wonderful, always helping me out when I had questions. And it is a beautiful shop. So make sure and watch the next video that comes up probably next week. I'm going to include a ton of pictures, video, and I'll show you the haul the stuff that I bought at the store. Now I've got other things to show you today. It's going to fill up today's video. So stay tuned. That's coming. People, changing subjects here, and crafts. Lots of people keep asking me about doing a video for English paper piecing. Absolutely. I will show you what I do. It's not exactly a tutorial, but I will show you exactly how I do mine. I'll show you the products that I've made, the 2 mats that I've made again, if you haven't seen it in previous videos. English paper piecing is a lot of fun. You take sewing fabric, you wrap it around a piece of paper, sew them together, and you've got yourself a project. We'll talk about that in the video after that one. So you've got 2 more videos in addition to this one coming. I'm really excited to be back to YouTubing again. So I did take a break. So we went to the wedding. Everything went great. In fact, I'll show you some pictures at the end of the video of our trip. Deuce, my older German Shepherd, came with us. He did phenomenal. His back legs held up. And I'm always talking, I'm in constant contact with his doctor if I ever need anything. She is a phenomenal canine neurologist. And it's amazing how they have specialties for different animals. And canine is no different. Neurology, ophthalmology, cardiology, they have it all. So he does have a neurologist now who is the most wonderful doctor I've ever experienced. And she got Deuce walking again. It's amazing because he does have pinched nerves and stuff in the back. He's got very bad back legs, but he's still going. He's over 12 years old and he's still walking. So he came with us. I was not about to leave him home. There's no way. He loves, if you guys haven't seen previous videos, he's a travel guy. He loves to travel in the car. He now has over 17,000 car miles, if you can believe that. He's been to the East Coast and back. Cutting the story short, he came with us to the wedding. I had someone watch him while I was at the wedding. It was beautiful. It was, if you guys have followed me in the past, you guys know my daughter or stepdaughter, Elizabeth. She was also my very, very close friend and my bridesmaid, passed away several years ago. Her son got married. So we were real happy to be in Colorado for the wedding. After Colorado, we decided to head to Utah. Now, we got to stay in Utah for a couple of days and for a few reasons. We have family in the Sandy area and friends out in Bountiful. So we got to see our family and friends, but another highlight of my trip is meeting people that I have met through YouTubing. I do these YouTube videos. One of the highlights, the greatest highlight, is when someone comes up and says they watch my videos. Now, you know I always refer to you guys as friends. You are my friends. And those who reach out to me and email me and send me messages on Instagram, it's such a pleasure meeting you guys. And another pleasure that I really enjoy is meeting other people that do YouTube videos. So I sent some messages out and I got to see my friend Colette. We've become friends we've met before a couple times. She does YouTube videos. She is the Highway Stitcher on YouTube. And I also got to finally meet in person Brenda, the Handwork Maniac. Here's a picture here. We got to have lunch. We had so much fun. We laughed, we talked. Brenda's husband came, my husband came, and they got to chit chat while the three of us girls talked about shop. So we cross-stitch shop. So we had so much fun, and we just had a blast. So it was such a pleasure. Brenda and I have been talking through text message and email, but we had not ever met in person. We were supposed to go to StitchCon together and sit at the same table, but you know me and all my surgeries, I couldn't make it. So anyway, it was a pleasure meeting them. Let's talk about the month of May. Now, cross-stitchers, you guys know that Mania, lots and lots of people do Mania. Mania is just a fun way of bringing in the month of May, if you get it, Mania. What people do is start lots of projects, or they build a system of working on projects. If you have multiple cross-stitch projects, what they do is they make a plan for the month of May. Now, Mania is and kind of started with lots and lots and lots of new cross-stitch starts, new projects. And sometimes people will do it based on the year. Let's say 2025. Some people have started 25 new cross-stitch projects. A couple years ago, someone did 23, the year 2023, I think it was. She did 23 new Mirabilia cross-stitch starts. New Mirabilia, there's one right there. That's my very first Mirabilia. I don't remember her name. She's got pumpkins and stuff on the bottom. She's beautiful. Anyway, that was my first Mirabilia. She started 23 of them. And I know that's overwhelming for a lot of people. No reason you can't just have one or two projects, or even just one project. Not everybody likes Mania. But Mania is kind of about starting new projects. So I thought, do I want to do something this May? Do I want to form a plan of maybe picking 5 projects that I just want to work on that I've already started? Do I want to start 5 new projects? How do I want to do the month of May? So I went ahead and jumped on the Mania bandwagon, and I did go ahead and start. I have some more that I'm going to start, but I did start 2 so far. 2025, I took the number 5 and decided to just go ahead and kit up 5 new projects, and I'll show those in a few minutes. So yes, I did participate sort of with Mania, but sort of not. I did want to work on some things I've already started. Okay, changing subject. We'll talk about Mania a little bit later. Changing subjects. Let's talk about a new book that's coming out in August, and I am excited. If you're familiar with the cross-stitch designer, The Witchy Stitcher, this is a new book. I'll show you here. Coming out in August. Is that not going to be exciting? I plan on getting it. I'll see if I can do a little flip through if I get it, or when I get it, I should say. But that looks like fun. Witchy Stitcher, new book, August. Keep an eye out for that. The next thing I wanted to tell you about is a fun, I'm kind of jumping subjects to subjects. It's kind of hard because, like I said, I'm using a computer for my notes. But let's go to the next subject. The cross-stitch designer Sprouting Lupine, am I saying that right? Lupine? Sprouting Lupine, Stitch Along 2025. What's that all about? So I grabbed my iPad to show you because I didn't want to, show her pictures without asking her. I didn't want to put them in my video. I didn't have a chance to write to her. So Sprouting Lupine is a stitch along. It's a cross stitch designer. She has got the most beautiful designs. She's doing a stitch along in the cross stitch magazine called Just Cross Stitch 2025. Now it started in spring. It just came out, the first installment. It's like a mystery stitch along. I'm going to show you what she posted on her Instagram, and hopefully you can see it. So you can see the first part has been released. That was in spring. It was page 30 in the spring edition of the 2025 Just Cross Stitch magazine. So she's having a stitch along. You get the idea. It's kind of like a nature. It's got little eggs. See the eggs in the nest? It's got bees, it's got plants and flowers. It looks like a lot of fun. And look at the pretty colors on the left. It's called Nature's Journey. But as soon as I saw the little nest right here, it's a little blurry, but the little nest right here with the eggs in it, I thought, ooh, I think I like that. So that's just part one. It's 4 installments, and they're coming out in the Just Cross Stitch magazine. So spring is installment number 1 on page 30. The second one has come out that summer. Summer is on page 22, and that's summer Just Cross Stitch magazine. So this just looked like fun. It looked like so much fun that I wanted to tell you guys about it. And I can see little bees, I see flowers, butterflies. I just thought this looked so pretty. So I just wanted to tell you about it. Keep your eyes open for that as well. And that looks like a lot of fun. Let's switch gears here and talk about some sewing just for a few minutes. So I have become absolutely addicted to a couple of Instagram pages where they are taking sewing fabric. They're just scraps, all kinds of crazy pieces of scraps. Let's see if I can show you a picture here. They're mostly videos, so it's really hard to show you. One of the ones I wanted to highlight is called Joe, June, and May. This is her name here. She makes scrappy everything. The scrappier, the better. So scrappy blankets, scrappy coasters. She takes a big bin full of just leftover scraps from projects, and she makes something out of them. And one of the things that I really loved was this strawberry. Let's see I think this is a picture. Yeah. This picture of the strawberry is all scrap pieces of material. You can see in the stem of the strawberry all the pieces of green that she did, and the strawberry itself, although there's a plate sitting on it, but you can see all the scrappy pieces of fabric. She basically tries to get you to do something with all your scraps that you can, that you've saved. Her name is JoeJuneandMae. I'm obsessed with her page, so I thought I would give it a try. I'm like, I think I'm going to try something scrappy. So I reached in, I had some scrap fabric, and I sewed together a project bag, which I gave to Colette. And it came out, I think, so cute. I'm going to show you a picture here. Now, this isn't as scrappy as she does, the lady on Instagram. I took squares and rectangles. There's a few odds and ends in there that are, and I didn't want it to be even. I wanted it to be scrappy and not the perfect rectangle shapes or the perfect square shapes. So that's Colette's bag that I made. And here's another picture of it a little bit closer. So you can see each square or rectangle is a piece of scrap. And I think it came out so pretty. So I wanted to show you 2 more. Let me grab my board. I wanted to show you 2 more project bags that I have coming because I'm going to start making scrappy project bags. I am so obsessed with it. So here's the next scrappy bag that I did that is uneven. That's something I wanted. I wanted pieces everywhere, but it still has a little bit of structure to it. And you'll see what I mean by not having structure in just a few minutes. So this is the first one that I did that started getting a little bit more scrappy with my fabric pieces. And this will be turned into a project bag. I wanted patriotic colors because here in the United States, actually today is Memorial Day. Coming up is 4th of July, which is another patriotic day. So I wanted something really scrappy, and this is my next project bag. So you can see all the pretty colors. I'm going to show you the top to the bottom. My lighting's always a little weird, but you can see red, white, and blue. And this was my next project bag. It's just so much fun to do. Take little scraps, like see that little piece right here? Just take little pieces and just go around and add pieces here and there. There's a tiny little red one right here. I had a blast with this. So that's going to be my next project bag that I'm making. And then after that, it gets even more scrappy. And this is exactly the look I was going for. This is going to be my next project bag. Isn't that fun? I just love this. It's so fun. So when I get it put together by next video, I will show you. And stay tuned because you just might be a part of a giveaway. My bags are getting pretty good now. I'm happy to give them away now, and I just think that's so fun. So let me show you a little bit up close. You can see the tiny little pieces. Look at this little piece right here. This little blue strip right here. Little teeny tiny, look at this one here, a little tiny one here. And this has been a blast. really loving these Scrappy bags. Now, right now, obviously it's not a project bag. This is just the face of it. And then I'll probably do a solid back because I don't want to take away from that front. I just think it's so fun every which way it goes. So many pretty colors, all in red, white, and blue. And I'm going to do more bags like I did with Colette because I thought those colors were really pretty too. But I thought patriotic would work good right now since it's that time of year. So while I've been sewing, I'll show you a picture of my room. I've had some helpers. Here's Max. He's sitting on the bed. You can see how massive he is. He's about 105 pounds now. He's my sewing buddy that day. And then my other sewing buddies are Callie and Shadow. The problem is Callie and Shadow get on my nerves because they start fighting. They are real brother and sister. So I'll include this video here for you to see, and I'll be sitting on my machine. They're happy to be with me. They're always, you know, and then they're best friends. You know how it goes. You know how brothers and sisters are. They're best friends until they're not. So they are crazy. They are my loves. They're my sewing helpers. And let's see, what else can I tell you about? So I am doing scrap project bags. That has been so much fun. I'll show you more later. And stay tuned because giveaways are coming. In fact, stay tuned for later on in this video. I've got giveaways, winners from the last video. I also have some giveaways for this video, so stay tuned. Okay, let's talk about some finishes. I got a box from Vanna Pfeiffer. I have done some cross stitch finishes of my own, but I also sent a few that were a little more difficult for me, like stand-ups and drums. I sent them to Vanna. So I'm going to show you one of them from Vanna and one of them that I did myself, and then we'll talk about some cross stitch things that I've been working on. So first of all, I have a finish that Vanna put together for me. It is called Dear Santa, I've Been Good by Lizzie Kate. And this, I'm looking for little fuzzies and stuff. This just came out so cute. So here's my finish. So she made it into, I cross stitched it. This is 32 count Hemingway fabric, that beautiful mottled, see the mottled color in the fabric. It is so pretty. I love how the colors pop on it. And I think it came out so cute. She made it into a stand-up, obviously put some rickrack right here, the white rickrack. There's a board behind it with red fabric, the green. She put the little pull tab here so it does stand up. And then this is the back. So this is a nice hard card, like a cardstock or cardboard. And that is my Lizzie Kate finish. I think it came out so cute. So 32 count is the fabric, 2 strands of thread and DMC thread. And again, it's called Dear Santa, I've Been Good by Lizzie Kate. Did that just not come out so cute? I just think the DMC colors, I'm going to show it up a little bit closer so you can see. I think the DMC colors are so beautiful on this fabric. There are 2 buttons that came with the kit, one here and one here. There's something about buttons. When I sew, but when I cross stitch and I put buttons on, they're always loose and I don't know why. So I had Vanna, I asked her if she could just kind of put a little glue behind it just to make it stick a little bit, you know, so it's not so floppy. But anyway, that's my finish of my Lizzie Kate cross stitch, and it will sit as a display for Christmas. When Christmas comes around, I can't wait. I am getting the urge to do some Christmas stitching, so that I'll be pulling out Christmas real soon. But I think those little star buttons are just so cute. Very, very cute. And then she added the bell, the little bell up there. So that's finish number 1. Okay, the next finish I did myself. And I'm so proud of it. I think I did a good job. I wanted something simple. I wanted something for my bowl. Here's my dough bowl. I am getting ready to decorate it patriotic. Right now my tree is naked. Look at it. It is bare naked. There's nothing in it. And usually if you're new to my channel, I have cross stitch hanging from it. I have ornaments hanging from it. And I design it, or I decorate it, I should say, based on the holiday. So Easter, Thanksgiving, St. Patrick's Day, you name it, it's jazzed up. Right now, it is just completely nude. So, poor tree. Anyway, I decided I wanted something for my bowl. I've got another bowl somewhere. I don't have it up right now, but here's my dough bowl. I've got little strawberries that are made from fabric and cross stitch in this one. So what I wanted is I want to get another bowl and fill it up with whatever theme I make it. It could be an animal theme. Maybe there's a month like the month of June where I don't have holidays. I can jazz this tree up with an animal tree with cross stitch ornaments of animals, Noah's Ark. I could get another dough bowl, fill it up with little animals, stuff like that. So patriotic is coming, I mentioned. And this finish, I wanted something simple so it could stand up in my bowl. And this is my little finish. This is Prairie Schooler book number 13. It is a Prairie Year. That's the name of the pattern, a Prairie Year. Here's the back. And I didn't want anything fancy. I didn't want a bow on top. I wanted it just plain so it could sit up in my bowl. 18 count vintage country mocha. So this is what it looks like in the book. I'm going to cut the bottom part off. This is what I stitched. I used DMC thread and I think he came out so pretty. So then I added rickrack here and I laid a piece of fabric over the rickrack and sewed it with my machine right across the top so it would hold this rickrack on. And then I made it into a little pillow. So I think this came out really cute. I think, let me see if I can put my board up here. I think it came out really cute. And exactly what I wanted, just something kind of plain, but yet still jazzed up with the rickrack here. The side and the back. It's so much fun to make your cross stitch into something. I just love doing it. So this is my finish, and for 4th of July, next video, maybe you'll see it jazzed up with patriotic red, white, and blue, and you'll see him sitting there in my little dough bowl. I think it came out really cute. Okay, let's talk about a ditch. I have been pulling this project out. I've been working on it. I've been not enjoying it. And I finally figured out it's the fabric. I just don't like the way the colors are not popping. It's pretty, but I'm like, I don't think I really like this. So I finally figured out what it was. So here's the chart. It is called Christmas Traditions. It's by Prairie Schooler. And I'm doing the nativity scene right there at the bottom. Okay, it was done on tan or like a white. It's pretty. I like it. It's beautiful. I've seen lots of finishes on tan and I've seen gray. I just, for me, wanted something different. I just have this thing about wanting to be different all the time. So I looked at it and thought, what could I do to make it different? So here's my progress on what I had before I ditched it. Okay, it's very pretty. I think the fabric might be, picture this plus alchemy, maybe, gray in color, 32 count, 2 strands. But every time I pulled it out, I'm like, it's okay. It's just not doing it for me. I don't know what it is. So anyway, I'm going to ditch this, not crazy about it. Even though that fabric is gorgeous. I guess when I think of nativity, I think of an evening scene, a late evening or late at night, nighttime scene. So anyway, as pretty as this is, I went ahead and ditched it. I will show you what I changed it to. Now this is more my style. This is still 32 count, and this is my restart. Tell me that is not going to pop. That is going to be so beautiful. Look at that red. It just, oh man, I love cross stitch on black. So you can see the difference. It's going to be quite a difference from a tan and a gray that I just showed you a few minutes ago. That scene with the cow and everybody. Now look at it. Wow, is that going to pop or what? This is exactly what was wrong. I wanted something totally different. So not much progress because I did just restart it just a few days ago, but I'll keep working on it and I'll show you the progress coming up. It's going to be really pretty, I think. But what a significant difference. I don't know if I can hold them both up. Again, this is pretty. It's not that it's not pretty. It's just, let's see if I can put it on my board. It's fun seeing them together. So what a difference. Let's see, there we go. Very, very much, very very much different. I think that's going to look great. So we'll keep working on that, and I'll let you know how the progress goes on that. Let's talk about some new starts. So I mentioned Mania, and I kind of wanted to do a few new starts for Mania too. So the first one that I picked was a Mill Hill kit called Koala Santa. Now this kind of has some meaning to us because my husband just got back from Australia. He went in January for a golf trip, and they had so much fun. They went to Australia and Tasmania. So I want to do all the down under Santas. And this is Koala Santa. I decided to start with him. I don't have a lot of progress. I'm going to put him behind black. Don't have a lot of progress on him because I just barely started him. And he is on perforated paper. As you know, Mill Hill kits, if you're new to my channel, they come all together. They come with thread, they come with the chart, and they come with beads and a needle. It's a great little thing to buy when you're on the road, especially because the holes are so big. They're nice big holes to stitch on. I could see it just fine in the car. So that's my start. Not much going on here, but I'll keep you updated on how that goes too. My next new start is a Riolas kit. This is actually the first Riolas kit that I've ever done before. The thread is wool acrylic blend, so it has been fun. This is called True Friend. And if you watch my previous videos, I gave you the story of why I'm doing this. Now, as I told you before, after I got divorced many, many years ago, I was on my own with my dog. I had a chocolate lab. It was just me and her, and we went everywhere. And you guys know I worked for the police department for 27 years, almost 28 years. I worked for 3 different police departments. I've been to a lot of trauma calls. I've been to a lot of car accidents, some really horrific things. And you know, unfortunately, you have to go about your work day. You have to go on to the next call and help someone else. But every now and then a story will bother me. And I think I told you that the crash in Las Vegas, if you're from Las Vegas, or you may have heard about it, and I won't go into the whole story, but a girl and her dog were killed by a pro football player who was going like 110, 105 miles an hour and rear-ended her. Anyway, killed, her name was Tina Tintor, and her dog Max. And that story really bothered me because I think of all the times that it was me and Abby, me and my chocolate lab, going about town, going to the parks, she was my best friend. I took her everywhere, and that's how Tina felt about Max. The more I read about Tina, the more it really resonated with me. It really hit me how similar I was with her and her love for her best friend. So when I went to Las Vegas the time before last, I visited the scene. They have a beautiful memorial, and I'm going to include some pictures here of the pictures that I took of the memorial. So you can see that they've drawn a permanent picture of her on the wall and Max, and it really hit me. It just really meant a lot to it. Just it touched my heart. So anyway, and that doesn't happen too often because, like I say, you go to the next call, you go to the next call over and over and over again, and you just kind of get used to it. I hate to say that. You have to be there for the next people that need you. So anyway, when I saw this, it reminded me of Tina and Max and their story, their memorial. And first thing, like I said, I wanted to do last trip to Las Vegas was visit the memorial, and I did. Those are the pictures that I just showed. So anyway, I found this chart and I thought, oh my gosh, it looks like Tina when she was younger, and it certainly looks like Max. So I'm doing this for them, and I do have a new start. Again, this is called True Friend, and it's by Riolas. It's a full kit. Now, I don't have a lot of progress. Again, I had to do this on the road in hotel rooms, but this is the arm so far, and I started in the middle, so you can see not that much excitement here with my stitching, but you get to see the story, and you could hear the story and see the progress so far. And that's her arm coming out, so I'll keep you updated on that as well. I did go ahead and use the kit fabric, which is Ada. It's a little tough, but the more I work with it, it's going to soften up a little bit. It is a little hard to work on. I like the wool blend thread, the wool acrylic thread. I think they're fun to work with. They are a fuzzy thread, But the bad thing is that it's kind of hard on my hand. It's hard for me to pull the needle up and push it down into the next hole because of the strength that I have lost in my hand from previous surgeries, as you guys know. And it's a little hard for me to work with, especially on Ada. I'm hoping it softens up a little bit more, but I did use the kit fabric and thread. The next thing that I worked on is called the Annunciation by Marsham Stitch. This is the one I showed in the last video. It is gorgeous, and I saw it done in a deep, deep red. Very gorgeous, and I wanted to do the same. So my color is, I believe it's 814. Let me see if I can find my notes here. Yes, it's 814 DMC. So here's my progress so far on that. Is that just not beautiful? It is 814 DMC, 32 count white. I did not want a mottled color fabric because I wanted it to just shine. I wanted the design to shine. I didn't want anything to take away from it. So that is my progress so far. I started in the upper left-hand corner. It's a little hard to see, but I'll show it up close. You can see the upper left, and that is the progress so far. It's a little complicated to work in here because there's no set, like repetitive, like see in here, it's repetitive. It's easier to work on, and it's a little difficult in that centerpiece. So I'm still working on it, but it took some concentration so I didn't mess it up. See, even here, there's a clear pattern, a repetitive pattern, where in here, it's just kind of random. Anyway, that's my progress on Annunciation by Marsham Stitch. It is available online if you Google it. Again, 32 count white with 2 threads, and I'm using 814 DMC. My next project that I've been working on, I happen to be watching a YouTube. I was watching Lisa, Kindred Stitcher, and she showed one that she wanted to start. And I thought, hey, I already started that. I need to get that out and work on it. So it is called the McFarland Sampler by the Wishing Thorn. Now here's what it looks like up close. I love this. And I told you in previous videos, and Lisa's probably gonna go, what is wrong with her? If she doesn't watch this video. But anyway, McFarland Sampler 1827. I call it the creepy sampler, and I don't know why. I think it's because I feel like people are looking out the windows. Like it looks like an abandoned town to me, and it looks like it's not really abandoned. There's actually like people looking out the windows, like kind of like a abandoned town or something. I can't describe it, but when I saw the sampler, I loved it. I thought, ooh, I like this. It's just a kind of like not a ghost town, but like I don't know. But anyway, I really liked it. I thought it was really fun. I just imagine people looking out the windows and you don't know they're there. I'm so weird. Anyway, 32 count. No, I take that back. It's 40 count marbled pointer is the fabric. Is that fabric not beautiful? I love the modeling right in here especially. So this is 40 count. Marbled Pointer is the name of the fabric by Jude Designs, and that's my progress so far. Such a strange sampler. I don't know what it is, but I really like it. And I'm using sulky thread, 1 strand in black. The whole thing will be in black. Now this is going to look a lot more exciting when I get some more progress in it. Right now it's, definitely not too exciting. But the fabric, the thread, that real stark black, that's what I like so much about it. So, but anyway, that's my progress so far. Such beautiful fabric. My next project I took with me and did some car stitching. This is A Year at Hawk Run Hollow by Carriage House Samplings. And I've been working on this. I've got 6 blocks done so far. I'm working on number 7, which is July. That's what it looks like. There's July. And you know what? This might be a little bit bigger for you guys to see. The little whale with the spout coming up, the water coming up, and so pretty. So July is the block I'm working on. I'm using 20 count Vintage Country Mocha. So far, here's the whole thing all together. Isn't that just beautiful? And here's the block I'm working on. Look at the little spout above the whale. How cute. I got the people done in the car. I got a little bit of water done. The flags done. So that's what I've been working on. And I think they are so fun. But here it is all together so far. 20 count Vintage Country Mocha. And I'm using DMC and a couple classic colorworks. I'm using Ribbon Red. Colonial Copper is the orange. I'll show him up close. Colonial Copper is the orange and the lion's hair and the fire. Let's see, I think I'm using English Ivy for the dark green. And that might be it. The rest are DMC. So we are working on it. We're getting there, but how cute is this? I like that block. I think that little whale is just so cute. I like this one too. The flying umbrellas. I think that's so fun. So just a lot of fun on this one. And because it was 20 count Ada, I could see the squares and the holes pretty well. So that's a year at Hawkrun Hollow. Last but not least was one that I didn't know if I was going to have enough fabric. I had to stitch all the way to the bottom to make sure that I did. This is Moonlight Sampler, and I'm going to have to show you a picture because somehow I lost my cover picture. This is Moonlight Sampler by the Blue Flower Designs. I'm doing it on 40 count Winter Wren by Fox and Rabbit. So see, I went all the way down to make sure I had enough fabric. Isn't this fabric pretty? Winter Wren, and that's my progress. Aren't they beautiful? And that white really pops on this fabric. I finished the butterfly. I did some more of the canopy. 2 more flowers, I think. And gosh, this is just so, and some words. But man, those colors just pop. So again, this is 40 count, 1 strand, Winter Wren fabric, and I'm using DMC. Isn't DMC pretty? Gosh, I love DMC. And so I did get it to go this is the size of it. It went all the way to the bottom. So I'll keep you updated on this one too. Let's talk about some giveaways. We had some giveaways shown in the last video, and I've got some winners to announce. A huge thank you to Miranda from FAD Needleworks in Olive Branch, Mississippi. If you get the chance and you're in the area of Olive Branch, which is not too far from Memphis, Tennessee, right across the border, stop in and visit. They are a wonderful shop. So Miranda sent a couple things for you guys for giveaways. She is the designer of this chart, and it's phenomenal. I love this chart. It is called The Family on Cemetery Lane. Look at that border. Talk about a very unique border with flowers and birds and pumpkins and leaves. I love this chart. And that cobweb canopy over it. Oh my gosh. So the winner of this one is someone who's going to have to contact me first in comments. You didn't tell me where you were from, and that's how I match your email. I've had some people, I think they're spammers or something, contact me and say, oh, I won this, and I mailed it to them. But then the real person came forward and said, no, I won. And I'm like, oh man. So Bigfoot 84, you won. Make sure and comment down below first. Tell me, hey, I'm Bigfoot 84. I'm going to see your name. I'm in this city and state, or I'm in Canada. I'm in Ontario, Canada. Then when you email me, I know it's really you. So Bigfoot 84, you won the chart. And there's also some thread back here. Next, we've got the needle case that Miranda sent along with some thread drops. And I'm going to throw in a few more goodies. Needle case and thread drops goes to Carrie Stitches, K-A-R-E, Carrie Stitches. Get a hold of me. Next, we had the nativity chart, Annie the Proper Stitcher. The nativity chart goes to Joanne McKendry, 3796. Spring Sampler by Annie the Proper Stitcher. It goes to Lauren Salviani, 6484. Then we had 2 older charts, full kits. These are awesome kits. Both of these come with thread, fabric. You can switch out the fabric because, like I said, this is an older kit. And this was one that I really wanted to stitch, but I have so much Santa. I don't know. I have Santa, too much Santa. So this kit, you could do it full or individual. I would do him right there as a little ornament for my tree. Again, you can change out the fabric if you don't like the fabric, but this is an older kit by DesignWorks. And the winner goes to Owl B Stitching, 8839. Get a hold of me. The next one is Bakery Bears by DesignWorks. Now this is just adorable. And it does come with thread and fabric. It is not opened. And it is an older kit, but the winner of this one goes to Linda Mosher. Get a hold of me, Linda, you won the kit. Let's talk about a few things that I did pick up and purchase both online and while I was on my trip. Now I have a thing for needle minders. When I go places, I like to buy pins, and my husband will take the back of the pin off and sand it down flat for me. So while we were up in Colorado, we went to the very top. I forgot to tell you guys, went to the very top of Pikes Peak. It is 14,511 feet. Wow, is it cold up there? Very, very cold and windy. And if you've watched my previous videos, I've mentioned that Elizabeth's ashes were scattered at Pikes Peak. So we like going up there. We like being where she's at. And this was my first time to the summit. Oh my God, it was cold and windy. But I did pick up a couple needle minders. I got Pikes Peak. It says, I'm most alive in Pikes Peak. It is a stick pin. See how it's got a pin in the back? And then what we'll do is just take this off. My husband will take the little tab off, or the little stick, and then sand it down and make it flat, and we'll put some needles on it. So that's going to be a needle minder. The other one I bought, Pikes Peak, the little, isn't he cute? Pikes Peak, I already put a magnet on the back because that was a kitchen magnet. I made it into a needle minder. Next, Berry. We went back to Berry Manilow. If you watched my last video, I wanted to go back and get a couple of things, and one of the things that I got was a keychain. So it says Manilow, Las Vegas. We did see him in concert last month, and so I picked this up, but I'm not using it as a keychain. I am going to glue a magnet on the back and make it into a needle minder. Just take the chain off and I'm good to go. It's pretty flat on the back anyway, so that I made into a needle minder. I also got a few more Berry pins. This is what it looks like on the front of the box. And then when you open it, you've got all kinds of pins. These are some more pins that I plan on making into a needle minder. This one says Mandy. I'm going to make that into a needle minder. There's one that says Berry Manilow. I'm going to make that into a needle minder. And then this one down here has got Berry singing and playing the piano. It's a little hard to see, but I'm going to make that into a needle minder also. Let's talk about, oh, you know what I forgot to mention? I want to show you the other things that I kitted up that I'm going to be starting that was for Mania. So the next thing that I kitted up is Brenda Gervais. It's from the book Jelly Bean Jubilee, and it's all Easter. Now I realized I don't have a lot of Easter ornaments. I don't have a lot of Valentine's and St. Patrick's. So I want to do some small ornaments, and I kitted them up. I got the thread and the fabric ready to go to put them on my tree, my naked tree. Next year I'll have more ornaments. Anyway, so this is the book, and I ended up kitting up, I think it was this one, with the two little chicks pulling the little wagon full of carrots. I thought that was so cute. And the little girl chick is wearing rabbit ears. How cute is that? I really like this one too. I'll show you real quick. I really like this one too. This one right here, Easter, and she's holding a carrot. It's a carrot with a bow. I thought that was really cute. Okay, the other things I kitted up, Pineberry Lane Little Shamrocks. This is just a printout from my computer, so the colors aren't that pretty, but I like the girl with the white dress with the clover, the 4-leaf clovers. I kitted her up. Pineberry Lane, it's called Little Shamrocks. And then the other one I kitted up is Shannon Christine. It's called In the Air. And it says love is in the air. I think that's so pretty. I don't think I want to do it on that color though. I might do it on black because I think those colors would really pop. We'll see. That'll be a Valentine's one. Let's show a few more things that I got. One of the things I've been trying to collect is Main Street Buttons and Beads by Mill Hill. This is the Mill Hill kit. It is the Bicycle Emporium. I'm trying to collect all the Main Street ones. I am missing a few, but this is again a Mill Hill kit. It's fully kitted with perforated paper and thread, and it's called the Bicycle Emporium. It's a little bicycle shop. I got my cookbook from Nashville Market. I forgot to show that a couple months ago. This is full of not only just recipes from cross-stitch designers, it also has, and I'll show you, just flash it real quick, it's got patterns. Let's see, I'll show another page of patterns. Here's a cute one. It's got patterns in it like that with a little Easter bunny. It's got, so it's full of recipes and some cross-stitch charts. Here's some things I bought when I visited the Stitchen Kitten in South Carolina. It's a cross-stitch shop, and I forgot to show this a long time ago. So it's called the Stitchen Kitten. That's their phone number. I ended up getting a 3-inch gauge for when I start my cross-stitch projects. I love this. If you're not familiar, if you're new and not familiar, you put this at the corner of your fabric so you know, just like this, this is 3 inches here. So you know if you start your cross stitch, you've got 3 inches up and 3 inches over. I think actually 3 inches is right here. 2 inches, 2.5. Anyway, you get the idea. So it's a corner gauge. And that's from the Stitchen Kitten in South Carolina. I ended up getting some fabric from them. This is so beautiful. It is 32 count Pumpkin King by Atomic Ranch. Look at this fabric. Perfect for Halloween. That's just gorgeous. Really pretty. They had a lot of good fabric there. If you're in the area, I can't remember what city it's in. I'll put it down below. I'll list it in the notes. I ended up getting a sewing gauge. I needed a ruler. And needles. I got some needles. Let's see. This one, the Stitchen Kitten 28 count Bayou. I think this is theirs that they dyed. Bayou is really pretty. Look at that. That's gorgeous. By the Stitchen Kitten, 28 count. Let's see. It just says 32 count Bayou Lugana, the Stitchen Kitten. So pretty. Here's another one. Now, the lighter it gets, the more I want to put it on white, because you can really see color better with fabric when it's on white background. 32 count Mothman by Lappin Loops. That's pretty. See how good you can see it against a white background? Mothman, Lappin Loops. And then I also got a piece of 32 count Mothman. Oh gosh, that's so pretty. You know why I got the 28 count? I got it for you guys. It's a giveaway. Let's see if we'll see what I have so far for giveaways today. And it might be the next video because I've got a lot of project bags to give to you today. Okay, let's see what else I could show you. I'm following Sandra's Stitch Stash. I told you about the live Facebook group where they do cross-stitch sales. Lots of old stuff, lots of newer stuff. Sometimes there's a gold mine that you can find. I got this calendar because I really liked some of the designs on here. So this is a calendar. It's older. I think I got it for 50 cents or $1 maybe. And I love the little girl and the boy together, especially the little girl walking in the water. Just so cute. So I got this for like $1 from Sandra's Stitch Stash. Next, Sandra's Stitch Stash, I've got 14 count Ada in Lavender Whisper. This is going to be another giveaway at another date, but you can see that, ooh, it doesn't come out with the, I'll take it out real quick. I got Lavender Whisper, which is a really pretty purple, 14 count. And then I got Stormy Night. Stormy Night is really pretty. These are also going to be a giveaway at some point. Stormy Night's really pretty too. These are 14 count, and those will be another future giveaway. One of the things I got that was so awesome are stuffing forks. I'm still going through stuff that I have and I have gotten from my last retreat. This was a gift from Michelle, my friend Michelle, and she gave me stuffing forks. So when you're making a little pillow, I don't have my pillow with me here, you stuff the batting in. This has a little claw at the bottom of it like this. This is what it looks like. It's a stuffing fork. And it is so handy. It really grabs onto that batting and pulls it into the corners. That's what I used for my little pillow. Anyway, regular stuffing forks by Barbara Willis Designs. She's online. Barbara Willis Designs. Anyway, Michelle got this for me, and it has been a game changer when it comes to putting batting in a little pillow when I'm doing my cross stitch finishes. So anyway, she got me a large one and a small one. I joined through the Fat Quarter Shop. I joined a mini charm pack. I'm obsessed with mini charms. This is what the pack looks like. I get 4 every month, and they're perfect for project bags because what I do is I get them and I lay them out and I make a project bag. So these are some of the fun colors that I got in my club packet. Again, it comes every month. And they're just 2.5 inch. This one's pretty, Bee Garden. And they're just fun little 2.5 inch squares. There's 42 of them, and you lay them out and you make the project bag. So I joined that club. That has been so fun getting that every month. Okay, last but not least, and we're going to talk about giveaways, is the Mill Hill kit that I got called The Butcher Shop. This is another Main Street series. And I love this one. I think I'm missing a few. I'm gonna have to figure out which ones I'm missing, but this is the Butcher Shop. Okay, let's talk about giveaways. I've got a project bag party going on here. Some of them were not claimed in previous giveaways. I've got 2 new ones from Wanda. She sent you guys some more bags. Her Etsy shop is PinkyPromisesStore on Etsy. And I've got a few from Barefoot Needle Art that didn't get claimed in my last videos. So number 1, the mushroom bag. This is so beautiful. It is quilted. It's from Pinky Promises Store from Wanda. This did not get claimed, so let's redraw for a new winner. If you're interested in the mushroom bag, that is going to be your keyword, mushroom. Giveaway number 1. Again, you have to be 18 years old, so I can ask your address. Let me know what city you're from if I didn't already say that. Giveaway number 2 is the love bag with lots of hearts. This is a bag from Barefoot Needle Arts. Open it up. It's got sparkly fabric inside. Look at that, how pretty that is. So this bag is giveaway number 2. Your keyword is love. Love that bag. It's so pretty. And that's the back. Number 3 is a Christmassy kind of bag. And this is poinsettias in blue and white. This is by Barefoot Needle Art also. Gosh, that's pretty. I wanted to see what the little, it's got a little tag thing. Oh, it's got a barefoot on it. That's so cute. Okay, giveaway number 3. Your keyword is blue. The blue bag. That is so pretty. And here's the 2 new ones. This is from Wanda. How gorgeous is this green? This green is gorgeous. Your keyword is green. You're going to put the word green in comments below. It's got 4-leaf clovers. Gosh, that's beautiful. Giveaway number 4. And the last one, giveaway number 5. Holy wow, is that just not beautiful? Cardinal. That is your keyword, is cardinal. You can even put just red. I can search, when I do my pick my winners, it's by a comment picker. It's online and it shuffles the comments. So what it does is it checks for duplicates, it weeds out the duplicates, and it also filters where it can go into comments. Like say you accidentally comment on someone else's comment, it's going to include that too. So let's do red or cardinal. I'll put both words in and it'll pick a winner. And then the front has birdhouses on it. Isn't that beautiful? And that's your next giveaway. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that was number 5. Okay, let's talk about some plans before I end the video. Plan number 1 for me today, after I finish this video, is we're heading to the stadium because my Yankees are in town. I got my shirt on. I got my jersey hanging up. I'm ready to go. You guys know I'm a huge New York Yankee fan. And when they're in my hometown, I go to every single game. And that's what we're doing this week, is going to every single game. So I'm super excited. Game 1 is tonight. Let's see. I'm going to continue working on the Mania starts. The ones that I just showed you, the ones that I started. We are leaving on another road trip. As long as Deuce continues doing as well as he's doing and walking, we are going to leave for another road trip. We are headed to Virginia and North Carolina. And we may stop in Oklahoma. Well, we have to stop a few times, but we are taking Max and Deuce with us. We'll see how Max does. He's a little rough in the car, so he's going to have to be in his kennel, but he feels safe in his kennel. So we'll see how that goes. But we are headed back to North Carolina and Virginia, probably sometime in June, but I will see you guys before then. Video coming of how to do English paper piecing. What do I use? How do I do it? What did I do to make those mats that I showed in previous videos? That's going to be a video coming up in the next couple weeks. Next week, I'm going to release the video of the shop, Primrose Cottage shop, that I just went to in St. George, Utah. That's coming next week as well. I'd like to do another floss tube before we leave on our trip. And I also need to get caught up in my block of the month club. I'm making that Halloween quilt. I am far behind now. They say block of the month, but they really mean 2 or 3 blocks of the month. So I'm a little bit behind. I need to catch up on that. But those are my plans. I will see you next video. Thank you for joining me. And I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.